Hi guys, we are back after 2 years and I just got second place at the Secaucus Regional Championships. I've played Arceus Moltres at the event. The deck has felt very strong and powerful. And the most important thing for me at the event, probably the biggest takeaway, is just to always check your prize cards because that was what won me so many games, just being able to know what I did and did not have access to. So I got to make much better inferred decisions. Like if I prize my Cheren's care, for example, I know I need to go boss order something up and try to get a KO on it. Whereas if Cheren's wasn't prized, I'd get rid of important stuff like Choice Belt and Zigzagoon early in the game. But now that I know that, it would help me out. This is the list that I've used for the event. So let's go over the list. So we have 4 Arceus V, which is very powerful. Its Trinity Charge attack is very strong. I really like that. It lets me set up 2 Arceuses at once if I go second. But if I go second, it's even better for me to just do keep calling with Sobble, which lets me get my whole Sobble board set up. But most of the time, I actually like to leave one bench space open if I can, because then I'll be able to use something like a Manaphy just to fill the bench up, or a Dunsparce in case it's a weird fighting deck. Zigzagoon's good too in the mirror match. And then if I go first, I'm able to just counter their Arceus immediately if they don't have a big charm on it. Alright, so the Intelligent line basically has consistency. If you don't know what it does, there's Drizzile with Shady Dealings, lets me get any trainer in my deck. The reason this is so powerful is because this deck plays a bunch of one-of supporters. All of my supporters are one-of in my deck except Research and Boss, which is very powerful just to search anything out. For example, you could search out a Raihan if your Arceus got killed. Raihan's been very helpful in the Mew matchup. And then 1-1 split, the reason here makes sense. Quick Shooting is very good for your mirror match. And Shade Young is a very consistency card. I originally had a 2-1 split in the deck, but I felt like I really wanted another consistency card. So I cut this and I put another Evo Incense. This really let me find my Arceus a lot easier because Ultra Ball really did not feel as strong. But I still needed those in there to help me find my Arceus just in case I whiffed it. So we have 1 E-switch just so I can move my energy around if I put Moltres down. 4 level ball. This is so then if I have a Pokemon with 90 HP or less, I can put it into my hand, which is a free Sobble or Drizzile or Dunsparce, which gets rid of my weakness. So Urshifu could be a better matchup. Zigzagoon, so then it's really good out in the mirror match. And Manaphy too to protect my bench. Palpad is one of the best cards in my deck. It lets me get 2 supporter cards from my discard into my deck. This has been super duper powerful this weekend. I was able to unlock my games. I got to use 2 boss orders. I'm popping them both back, and I Inteleon or Drizzile for a boss, and I got to use it the exact same turn. Without Palpad, that play would not have been possible, and just having this let me just do so many different combinations. I got to get Boss Clara, Marnie Clara, Cheren's Clara, Clara Marnie. Cheren's Marnie. There's just so many combos you can do with Palpad. It's a crazy broken card in this deck. For Quick Ball, this lets me discard a card and get any basic Pokemon, which literally lets me get everything in my deck except my evolutions. Scoop Net has been excellent because whenever I had a dead hand, I'd always Scoop Net one of my Drizziles or Inteleon, so I'd put it back down, so the next turn I'd be able to use Drizzile so I could be right back in the game. Ultra Ball, this has been a great consistency card in case I do not find an Arceus. It gives me another out to finding it, so I can guarantee the turn 1 Arceus energy attachment. 1 training core. This has felt great. I didn't really hit any deck to play past the peak really, but having this was very powerful because I always got to be able to get energy. So if I had a 1 energy in hand, I'd want to put a training core down. So then the next turn, Moltres can attach to energy with Dire Flame Wings, and then that would be able to let me in the Mew matchup. It's good in every other matchup too, though. But having this as a 1-of has felt so much better than a 2-of because when I played 2-of Moltres in my deck, I'd always open Moltres every game, and I feel I always wanted to open a Sobble or Arceus ideally. I feel like in different matchups, Arceus is better, but in other cases, Sobble is better. It really just depends on your scenario you're against. 2 boss orders. This has felt like the right amount because I've also played Palpad in there, so I technically can play 4 if I want, or play 2, or I play 3. You can show a ton of different combos with boss orders, but it's just a bit easy to switch your opponent's Pokemon with their bench, with their active, and you can guarantee that with the Inteleon engine, which just felt excellent. So, Cheren's Care, this has won me a bunch of games because I was able to just be able to put my Arceus in my hand, like send a new one up. If you remember Ace Arola for Burning Shadows, is basically that, but just for colorless types. And that's why Cheren can't make sense as a 1 of too, because you can always make it a 2 of with your Palpad. One Clara, this is felt excellent with my Moltres engine, because if I use one Moltres, I can go to another one, and I can even Palpad the Clara back in the deck, so I could reuse it. It's also good just so I can get energy and Pokemon back. Like, I'd always like, if I had Clara in my hand, I always like to discard a Pokemon or energy, because I know I'm guaranteed to get it back with Clara. One Marnie, this has been needed, because like my opponents would get a lot of big hands on me, but having the Marnie would let me be able to disrupt them, which is like very important with this deck, because you want to be able to swing into them, but you also need enough disruption, and that's why Inteleon is just so good with this deck. And two research, this is your ideal start if you go first. You always just want to discard your hand and draw 7. One Raihan. This is the card that was like one of my favorites during the weekend. Against Mew, whenever you had Raihan in your hand, if they like get their show one Echo on you, you just Raihan to your other Arceus to get your V-Star, start with their DT, and probably Big Charm. You're already with 3 HP, 310 HP guy, and you're killing their Meloetta. As long as they don't find your triple tablet plus twist spell, you're going to be good to go. And even if they do find that, you'll be able to go back with Moltres and Clara. So Raihan has just felt really great in this deck. And it's also a lot easier because I don't need to find my Moltres E-Switch play, which has like been really good too. But like right hand is just a lot easier to get off. One Big Charm. This is just super good in the Mew matchup against you guys 30 HP. Also can prove very good in the mirror match. You find it turn 1. And that's just really powerful. If you have like a 1 V-Star on your activate, you just put your V down because you like a slower start. Then you can put the Big Charm on your bench, and then that will make the V safe too. One Choice Belt. This has been great in the mirror too because you can do 30 more damage to your opponent's V. So if you do 180 with Trini Nova because of the DTE, and then you could do Choice Belt for 210, Goon for 220, and kill the Arceus V, and that'll make you really ahead in the mirror match. 3 DTE. This has felt like the perfect amount. I was whiffing energy, so I added another DTE in for the deck, which has felt like very powerful too this weekend. 2 Capture. This has felt great too whenever I go first, because like I wish just to put Capture down, get another Arceus or Sable out. Most of the time it was a Sable, but sometimes it was Arceus, because I did not play any switch effects in this deck. So I never really wanted Arceus because they bossed it up. I'd be stuck, but if I had a Sable, I'd always have access to the Scuba Net and like Drizzile, which is like felt very good. So I'd always capture Sables out normally. But in some scenarios, if you have like three or 2 Sables out, you want to get an Arceus, you can excel to it. 6 Dark. This is the perfect amount for Dark, because like Dark, you really want to just be able to find as easy as you can. You want to use Starbirth to help you find it, but you can also use Trini Nova to just get them in play. And then once your Dark are gone, it's not the end of the world because you do have the Clara on there, which can let you get your Moltres back. Cool. So this is basically the deck that I played at Secaucus, New Jersey, at the regionals, as I finished second place within the senior division. This deck has felt really strong. Let's get into a ladder game. Okay, so in their game, we are up against Boss Tang. Let's see what they are playing. So I do have my pen, so I'll be able to tell me what I prized. Looks like we did lose the toss, which is not ideal. If we are going second, so we do want to get a chill and keep calling with Sable. So we will open the Sable here because if we do tap deck the energy, we'll be in a good spot. But this hand is not that great. You do have an Arceus on the bench, but it doesn't really feel that strong. Looks like we are against a Moltres. Maybe an Arceus deck, maybe. They're just a draw pass. That's not a good start at all from them. So we did top deck the level ball. Before I put anything down, we always want to just play the level ball. We will grab a Sable. Okay. Oh, no. We prized 2 Sable. That's very important to know. So 2 Sables are prized. We also prized our Shady Dealings in Inteleon, which is good to know. We did not prize any V-Stars. We didn't prize Evo. We didn't prize Level Ball. We didn't prize any Net. We didn't prize Ultra Ball. We didn't prize any supporters. We did prize a Capture Energy. So as long as we have 4 Dark in our deck, we got everything right. There's 6 Dark, so we're missing something. Palpad is prized. This is a big deal. Last prize. So we'll just grab the sable. 5 or 6 is a good amount, generally. So I'll put this down. I did see that we do have access to multi switch. So we want to keep the Sobble in the active here because then we can use Scoop Up Net next turn. So I think here we are just good to just pass the turn to our opponent. And I don't feel that worried because I just drew pass. So I feel very strong about this. In fact, 4 or 6 is what I normally got at regionals on my first search. So just generally just having a good amount of what you prize and just having good knowledge of that is just very important. I think my prize might have actually been the big charm. Or I don't know if I think I didn't. I remember not seeing that in the deck. So I feel very good about this right now. They literally just drew past, so I don't know what's happening with them, but they are not. They do not have a good start at all right now. They're playing Rapid Strike Ursavu. Okay, so this is a good matchup for sure. They do play Pierce. This is the matchup I did hit in my top 4 of New Jersey. They did not have a good start, and I was definitely able to capitalize on that throughout the regional. This hand is just like super duper good for me. Next turn, I do actually want to Marnie them if I can, and I don't think Marnie is prized. So there's a Crobat and a Rapid Strike Energy. They do not have a good hand though, and they are immediately to burn their Power Pad. That's excellent for us. They will attach to Rapid Strike, and will they just Crobat for 1, or will it just be a pass? There's a Crobat for 1. That's not good at all. They will not find anything. We want to just target down their Urshifu. Nothing. That's when we're gonna just go. Oh no, Scooping is a bad draw. Okay, so we'll open up here with Evo Incense here. We will get ourselves to Drizzile. I think we actually want a Marnie because our hand's like not good enough. But we did not prize Dunsparce, so this will be good. And yep, big charms are prized. So we'll just grab ourselves the Drizzile. And then we will just use Shady Dealings to get ourselves that Marnie because we aren't able to KO them. Because yeah, we have Quick Ball, each switch, yeah, we're short by a piece because our top deck was dead. So we'll go here, we'll get our Marnie. Scoop Net are active. Go here. Go ahead here and we use our Shady Dealings. Guarantee use Evo Incense here. And then we'll get our V-Star. And we'll evolve it into active. We will put Manaphy down. Good news is they did not find any Sobble, so we don't need to be worried about any Yoga Loop plays. So as long as we find DTE, as long as we find 2 pieces here, we got it. And there we go. That's 2 pieces. So that means you completely guaranteed our play, but you wanted to get off this turn with our V-Star Power Starbirth. So we will throw down our energy. We quick ball away a Drizzile, because next turn we do have access to the Clara, which is very powerful. And then we'll go there. We want to get ourselves to Dunsparce though. But I feel like we do really want to get the attack off. And we could do that too though by just quick balling away the Clara. Getting ourselves that Dunsparce to guarantee ourselves being safe. Next turn. Then we will just use our Starbirth for energy. And the energy switch. That's going to be very powerful for us. Put our Moltres on the bench. Throw on the energy. Energy switch it. Go to the active. Quick ball away the Clara. Get ourselves out Dunsparce. And this is perfectly fine because as long we do know our prizes. We did prize Inteleon with Shade Dealings. That's definitely what we want to get here. Let's see if we can do it. Throw down the Dunsparce, and then we just use our Trinity Nova attack for the knockout. We do have a 0 hard hand, but we do know that we prize stuff. We'll throw down 2 energies, then we could use Moltres Clara later because Palpie's not down. And then we want to see if we can get the Inteleon with Shade Dealings. And there's the Inteleon with Shade Dealings. This is perfect. As long as our Drizzile stays alive, we're going to be in an excellent position to just win this game. So, let's see. Our opponent is not... I feel very good since we got that Inteleon of our prizes. That will let us guarantee Quick Ball. They are just to concede. It looks like they did not have anything to beat our setup. That's a reasonable concede. Thank you guys all for watching. Thank you to everyone who supported me during this event and helped me prepare for it. It really means a lot to me.